What is up, everybody? I'm No Legs Given, and today, I don't know, it's Polywoggle week or something. This is so funny because I brought up the other day that I was putting out a bunch of Polywoggle videos in a row. And then I realized that this video is coming up next that probably has more polywoggles than I've ever used in a single game. We're gonna get to it's just making me grin so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta come down. This is a crazy way to start a video. But yeah, it's basically Polywoggle week at this point. We're in the thick of it. We're going to be playing a bunch of Polywoggles, and it's a Pied Piper game. So this hero can just keep on picking up Polywoggles throughout the entire game and do some really nice things with them. So we will wind up taking a little bit of damage here, but we get a really good 2.2 shop. We get a Mad Mim to go along with a Black Cat, and I did sell off a Black Cat for a Blind Mouse. I kind of like picking up Blind Mice on Pied Piper as well, because you're more likely to find those too. But a Black Cat to go along with a Mad Mim, and then next turn we can try to use this Mad Mim to start slaying with Polywoggles, and we will be off to the races there. I should have counted up how many. You know what? It'll be a secret thing if you want to go back and look at the thumbnail for this video. That'll be how many Polywoggles I actually wind up purchasing throughout this one. So we will see how that turns out, because I'm sure I'm going to put together a thumbnail with just a ton of Polywoggles in it. This shop is really interesting though, and I have to break this down for a second. There's two ways to play this, and we talked about this. I actually left this as a comment on my Wednesday video, but basically on my Tuesday video, I get an early slay with Polywoggle, and I use that to justify purchasing more XP. And then in Wednesday's video, I buy some XP, or I get some XP off of Skip's Puzzle Rune from Wonder Waddle, and then I have even better Polywoggles. And both of those ways to go with this are definitely reasonable. If I wasn't able to slay with the Polywoggle this turn, then I probably would have gone the other way. But now I've got a strong board that could potentially fuel a Wish Upon a Star, and I hope all of that makes sense. Basically, if I was unable to slay with Polywoggle, I would consider like benching the Polywoggle here, and then next turn trying to slay with it and grabbing a tier 5 character. But because we did slay, we're gonna hope that that makes us strong enough that we are now able to win this Wish Upon a Star and get some bonus XP from it. So that is the plan here. We're not playing too strong of a board, and we're up against Fallen Angel, who can be a strong hero. Oh, and I actually just skipped the combat. There we go. We're back into it here. Small spoilers, but we'll see how we are able to fare. My opponent with double Black Cat plus double Minotaur, and they've also got the full Fallen Angel bonus. So they're going to put in some work here and ultimately wind up just barely winning. It was a super close one, but one thing that we did walk away from that combat with was +2/+2 to the shop. So that's really good. That's going to mean our Polywoggles in the shop are now 3 3s, and we've got perfect econ to pick that up here. And kind of like, it's not a super strong pickup. You compare that to like selling off the Blind Mouse, picking up the Stag, but I almost always try to pick up every single Polywoggle that I can find while I'm playing Pied Piper, because sometimes you can triple them. That's really sweet. Now in this instance, it's 4.0. So I'm just trying to slay with that Polywoggle, get ourselves a little bit stronger, because we just purchased some XP the previous turn and didn't really do much else. But I do think that the Lady of the Lake with +2/+2 in the back line is pretty good. It does give me some flexibility in terms of putting that Feasting Dragon into slot 3, a little bit silly, but that Feasting Dragon is going to be able to slay and stick around to trade with a few other of my opponent's characters and then eventually slay again. So pretty good stuff, and the Polywoggle slayed. So that's going to give us a Siren for our troubles as well. And I think we're doing pretty good here. We've got a Feasting Dragon and a Siren. The lobby is on 4.0 right now, you have to remember as well. And our shops have +4/+4. So all of that together pretty nice stuff. I'm going to wind up moving Siren into slot 3 because we can give it plus 8 health here, which is pretty good. And then I roll into another Wish Upon a Star, and I have to fire that off here. Now, one thing that I could also consider doing in this shop, I'm basically just prioritizing my ranged character a little bit with the Sherwood Sure Shot. I could actually just totally cut the Sure Shot because we are playing down a unit or some units. That's actually good with the Southern Siren, and I could order the Siren to be attacking first. That definitely could have been an option. Now, as we look at the board, Siren first would not have slayed, but Siren second is able to do so, and then Feasting Dragon also gets another slay. And it looked like we were going to lose this combat, but with our ranged backline pumped up with that Feasting Dragon, we walk away with a win and a bonus XP. So lobby on 4.1. And look at this board. We are even going to greed it out a little bit more as we move Greedy into the double Lady of the Lake slot. Then I'll pick up another Polywoggle, which now has +6/+6, and then I'll grab a Golden Chicken as well. I'm going to move Siren now into slot 4 because we are playing the full 7 units, and it might take a little bit for some of those units to die. So this looks good, and yeah, we're picking up another Polywoggle. This is Polywoggle number 3. For those of you keeping track at home, maybe that's how I'll do it here while I'm watching this video, so that way I will know what to put in the thumbnail. But a 7-11 Polywoggle is not too much to, what's that, too much to scoff at? Is that the phrase? It sounds a little bit wrong. Too much to scoff at. Maybe that's right. We get some bonus gold off of the Greedy. That's pretty nice. We're also going to grab that Slay from the Feasting Dragon. So some nice econ there as we deal some damage to APOC, and we're looking pretty good, and we're going to look even better throwing +10 attack onto our frontline Polywoggle. That should allow it to slay and be pretty good for us, and next turn we'll be on 6.0. So all of this quite fantastic. Sporko seems like a great addition here as well, and so does Lady of the Lake, getting to triple that up, potentially pick up some additional attack in there. We don't find it, but we do find Fool's Gold going into 6.0, which I like well enough. We could have tried to do something silly like pick up these kitty cup purses here as well, and with +6/+6 on each of them, that means the final one would have been a 20/20 kitty. So that actually is a pretty powerful unit, all things considered. But I think, I don't know, there wasn't like a great way to do it. We would have had to sell 2 things. Because we had 4 gold when we rolled into the shop. So we would have had to like sell the ladies or something. Honestly, I'm fine picking up the Fool's Gold. Not as fine with my Polywoggle dying going into 6.0. That's a little bit annoying. And typically, once I hit level 6, I stop picking up Polywoggles almost entirely. Sometimes you could, I mean, you even saw, I'm thinking the Wonderwaddle game the other day, I just didn't pick up a Polywoggle on after I was level 6, even as Wonderwaddle, didn't even care about the treasure. And yeah, that's definitely going to happen sometimes. I do end up picking up a Lancelot here despite being level 6. We got 4 extra gold, might as well spend it. We actually had more than 4 extra gold because of Greedy. I didn't count. You know what, we can go back for a second. How much extra gold did we actually have? +7/+7 on the good boy, by the way, pretty good. +8 gold. So yeah, we can afford to pick up a Lancelot here. But the one thing that I wanted to say is that I typically won't pick up Polywoggles at this point in the game. However, Pied Piper and Pied Piper, when I'm up 3 XP on the rest of the lobby's on 5.0 right now, does feel a little bit different because I could potentially triple this Polywoggle, and I actually don't have a great sense of direction. Obviously, we've got these good boys with +7/+7 on them. But I'm actually going to do something here. I wasn't planning on doing this until I saw this second good boy, but with 2 Polywoggles, I'm going to hang on to them and just try to triple these Polywoggles and activate them after that fact. So this is Polywoggle number 4, and we'll see where we go from here. But these good boys are going to be able to activate our Lancelot, so that's really nice. We'll grab a tier 5 treasure from that next turn. We'll also grab a win and a kill onto Trophy Hunter, as we are super duper strong right now. So taking out this treasure map Trophy Hunter is pretty nice. Lance also going to get a few more slays. We're doing pretty well on the slays in this game. Our tier 5 treasure, we've got the chance to pick up Hand of Midas or Staff of the Old Toad. I do like Staff of the Old Toad, but I kind of want to find that last Polywoggle, so I'm not going to pick that up. Now, the awkward thing about Staff here is the 2 units I'm most likely to buy are Polywoggle and Good Boy. So I think I'm going to pick up this Hercules. Giving it plus 25 actually does do something, so that is kind of cute. It means that we'll probably be able to activate that and grab the treasure this turn, or next turn rather. And then we actually are going to grab one more treasure this turn. I'm going to roll 2 more times, 1 more time, and find a good boy right as this shop is over. So I will have to play down a unit. I'm going to play down a Sporko, but we're going to get to complete our good boy treasure this turn. And what's nice about that is it is a Pandora's box. So picking this up a turn earlier is definitely going to help. Hercules activates in 1. Definitely didn't need the upgraded Hercules with exactly how this combat went, but we are still going to grab the win here. And we grab the Polywoggle Slay, and it is Pandora's box and an upgraded Oni Tyrant. So pretty crazy stuff, pretty powerful. And what do you see in the shop? We got another Polywoggle, baby, so we're going for it. This is where things get maybe a little bit on the sillier side, but I'm going to pick up another Polywoggle. The good boy pumps the Polywoggle now, which is not something that you get to do too often, so I thought this would be a fun addition to the board. And then I think I'll just sell Lance and pick up another Echowood here. That seems pretty strong. One of the reasons that I can go for the Polywoggle in this specific position is with World Tree, almost any tier 6 character is a good character. Well, they're all good characters, but I mean, they're almost all going to be playable on this board, which typically isn't the case, and that's why once you hit level 6 and already have a little bit of direction, it's not as important to grab a Polywoggle, but we are going to try to make nice work of that here. It's going to get plus 100, which is enough for it to slay and stick around there, and that turns into an Empress P, which I don't actually love on World Tree boards. However, it is still going to work out nicely as a unit slotted into this second slot. So I will keep it at least for a second here, and then I'm going to look for some tier 6 characters. And Lordy is obviously fantastic, getting to add that to the board. I do think about potentially putting another support character on the board. I do think that I want an Ashwood Elm. This board, I mean, you just want any tier 6 character. That's why, like I said, with World Tree, there's so much that we'd potentially be interested in right now. I think that we will potentially look to transition out of the Empress P, though for right now I'm having fun with it. Maybe we should swap out the Empress P and put in the Echowood. We could move the Ashwood Elm into that Empress P slot and put an Echowood in the front line and just cut the Empress P. But for right now, we are having fun playing it. I'm not sure if I ever actually make that change, but it's probably a little right. But also would be great if I could just upgrade this Echowood, then I won't even have to worry about it, because then I can play all the units and do some really sweet stuff. So that would be nice as well. It's probably better to play 2 Echowoods, but who cares? We're having fun. None of our characters die up against the Ghost, so that's pretty good. And then I'm going to pick up an Empress P. I think that there is definitely some merit into trying to grab some tier 6 treasures right now as well, tossing this Fool's Gold. And Spear of Achilles, definitely, like I said, would be really good with this Court Wizard comp, but we are just missing the Court Wizard. So yeah, maybe I did spend a little bit too much time picking up some Empress Ps here, but either way, we have got a ton of power onto the board. Here's my opponent's Court Wizard comp, and it's looking good, but our comp is just a little bit too strong with this upgraded Good Boy giving so many stats to the rest of my board. So we get to hit Celestial Tiger for 18 down to 9, and that's it. My other opponent, I guess what happens is the Pied Piper, or no, I'm the Pied Piper. The King Midas loses to the Ghost, and then Celestial Tiger concedes because they realize the writing's on the wall. We've gone sicko mode on the lobby. So yeah, this is it. What I probably would have done this turn is picked up the Good Boy and then rolled and potentially cast a spell or something, but adding another Good Boy is just way too good to pass up, and would have been really insane. But that's all she wrote. So that is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching, and happy Polywoggle week, I suppose. I'm no Lex Given. Peace.